Good day. In today's video, we will be discussing the first lesson for our subject, the contemporary world. Our topic for this day is the introduction to the study of globalization. Our intended learning outcomes. Number one, define what globalization is and what it stands for in our contemporary world. Number two, differentiate the competing conception of globalization and undermine the various school of thought and paradigm on globalization. Number three, understand the raison d'etre of globalization, its goals and aspiration, and equip students with the 21st century learning and develop higher order thinking skills that will lead towards a deeper understanding of globalization and its role in the world, in the Philippine society, as well as its role in the individual formation of the student in relation to their future respective profession. Now, I like you to look into the picture and listen to the music. Alright. So after that, we have another one. Yeah, I know you. You know that guy.
It started out just another day. I took a shower and I went on my way. I stopped as usual at a coffee and pie. When I turned to leave, I couldn't believe my eyes. Standing there, I didn't know what to say. Without one touch, we stood there face to face. And I was dying inside to hold you. I couldn't believe what I felt for you. Dying inside, I was dying inside, but I couldn't bring myself to touch you. You said hello, then you asked my name. I didn't know if I should go or remain. Inside I felt my life had really changed. I knew that it would never be the same. Standing there, I didn't know what to say. First I looked away when I whispered your name. And I was dying inside to hold you. I couldn't believe what I felt for you. Dying inside, I was dying inside, but I couldn't bring myself to touch you. I was dying inside to hold you. Couldn't believe what I felt for you. Dying inside, I was dying inside, but I couldn't bring myself to touch you. One hand alone changed my life. I didn't believe in love at first sight, but you have shown me what it's like, and now I know my love. Love is right. And I was dying inside to hold you. I couldn't believe what I felt for you. Dying inside, I was dying inside, but I couldn't bring myself to touch you. I was dying inside to hold you. I couldn't believe. Dying inside, I was dying inside, but I couldn't bring myself to touch you.
Alright. What can you say about the picture? For song number one, now, what can you say about the picture? For the first picture, you can say that it is something about, it tells us something about relationship, correct? And for song number two, of course, it's Yorme or Mayor Isko Moreno. So the question there is, if we combine the song and the pictures, what idea can we get or what idea can we create? Relationship, correct? And technology, and of course, connection. If you have your relationship, of course, you're connected. And if you are connected, that leads to globalization. Now, our topic will we focus on the word or the term globalization. What is globalization? Globalization is the spread of product, technology, information, and jobs across the national borders and cultures. In economic terms, it describes an interdependence of nations around the globe fostered through free trade. Now, based on this definition, how do you understand the word globalization? In layman's language, globalization comprises of the exchange of product, technology, information across the globe, meaning through communication and advancement of technology, people are given the opportunity to be connected with one another, and these products are being transferred from one country to another, meaning it is a world without borders. Now, I'd like you to observe this picture. You have picture number one, number three, number two, number five, number four, and number six. Now, what can you say about the first picture? Of course, it's President Trump giving his thumbs up, and at his back is the American flag. Picture number two, you have here Chinese soldiers. Picture number three, you have here a map, a map of the world. Now, for each continent, you will observe that there are products that probably are popular in that particular continent. Picture number four is a raging river. Picture number five, we have there black people, probably they are Africans. In picture number six, you have here a ship that is docked. Now, what's the relationship of all these pictures? Probably you might ask me, Sir, it's only pictures. But the idea here is all this picture emphasize one or emphasize to one thing, and that is globalization. Now, how did globalization started? Globalization started since the olden time when people realized to exchange goods and services through barter. So, globalization emerged because of picture number six, because of trade. Trade that is visible in business. Now, there are several definitions given by scholars. We will discuss them one by one. Now, Giddens defines globalization as the intensification of worldwide social relation, which link distant localities in such a way that local happenings are shaped by events occurring many miles away. Now, how do you understand this idea coming from Giddens? Yes, people are interconnected with one another because of globalization. in such a way that local happenings are shaped by events occurring many miles away. Example. Would you mind giving an example? A very clear picture of this definition by Giddens. Miles, miles and miles away from the Philippines, you have there the United States of America, right? Now, what's the big issue now in the United States of America? That even NBA players, including the king himself, LeBron James, are made or is made to speak up against this specific issue. Yes, the issue about racism. Yes, somehow, some way, Filipinos or there are Filipinos who tend to sympathize with this group of people or with the Americans. Though we are far, far away from the United States of America, but we can see the problem in the US because of social media, television, and all of these things are advancement in technology. That is a good example or reiteration of the idea of guidance. Somehow, some way, our belief were influenced by the belief of other nationalities. Next, we have the idea coming from Harvey. He introduced globalization as the compression of time and space and the annihilation of distance. Similar to what Giddens' idea, he simply made a summary of Giddens' idea, making his own personal statement that through globalization, time is compressed and distance is removed or is being removed through globalization. In the past days, or in the past, or during the olden times, to receive a letter from one person to another, it will take you days before a person receives the message. But nowadays, with just one click of a second, the message is already there. You see, that's the glory of globalization. The question is, how do the advancement in technology pave the way for globalization? What really started globalization? As mentioned a while ago, globalization started when human beings realized and practice trading, and that is through barter. So that is why business is an essential factor for the growth of globalization. The next one, you have the idea of Paulo Georges. He defined globalization as a process that, based on international strategies, aims to expand business operation in worldwide level, and as we precipitated by the facilitation of global communication due to technological advancement and socio-economic, political, and environmental development. So according to the idea of Paulo Georges, globalization is a process that, based international strategy, aims to expand business operation in a worldwide level, meaning globalization started through business. Yes, you're correct. Business. It's because of the traders exchange not only of goods and services but of culture, but of behavior. You see, the spread of globalization is realized or was realized because of trade and business. Now I like you to look into the poem created by Raymond Farrell. Now I like you to contemplate on this question. What are the sentiments of the authors regarding globalization? How do this perspective apply to the Philippines? Now I like you to write your answer in a scratch paper and try to understand the poem. I will read the poem for you. Globalization by Raymond Farrell. I'm but a simple wordsmith who see the tentacles of a great living entity. Engulfing the nation of the world, I hear proponents of this creature, giving the reason as to why this world must embrace this trend. I hear opponents protesting and see them resisting, and I am bewildered, concerned, and uncertain, unable to see the black and white, unable to take sides. For lack of understanding, give me understanding, O God, I pray, because I do not wish to profit at the expense of others. I do not want my taxes to be used in the exploration of the impoverished abroad. I only wish to see a rising tide lift all boats, but I am still only a simple